What's up, Rupp?
Not much. What's going on, man?
Hey, it's Kris Bertagnolli, Anderson Hicks Group. I'm here with Aaron Rupp. Stoked to have a conversation with you. The other day, we posted, I posted this place post onto my Facebook, and you shared it.
Yep.
Half the team shared it.
Yep.
And, dude, how many people have you had to reach out to you about it?
A couple, yeah. Yep.
I've had at least 6 or 7 reach out to me asking me, tell me a little bit more about this, from title companies to lenders. I had lunch with a lender yesterday. Sure. He's asking me about it. And so I just thought, you know what? I'm going to get on here with Aaron. Aaron, just so everybody knows, Aaron's the director of sales for Anderson Hicks Group. He works hand in hand with Trevor Hunsinger, our director of operations, and you got me in the mix there.
Sure.
We've got some amazing people, but you know, we're working with agents on a daily basis. We're talking to agents that are thinking about maybe joining a team on a daily basis.
Yep. Yeah, we are.
I mean, last month, how many did we talk to?
Oh, we brought in at least 3 formal interview process. Yeah. So just then.
And of those, we picked?
2 out of those. And yeah, so far that's where we're at.
So what I wanted to talk to today with you about is, number one, let's talk about place. Right? We're the Anderson Hicks Group.
Yeah.
I think local people kind of don't understand what the Anderson Hicks Group is.
Yep.
Like what is Place? What did we do there?
Place. So we're partnered with Place, right? Place it's nationwide, expanding globally. We're in Canada now, and basically it's this huge, high-powered CRM. They utilize a lot of online resources and tools, right? So we have a huge database, a huge CRM that we utilize through them. We have Ben Kenny, Brian Gubernick, a lot of these CEO guys that are founders of this place that we get to listen to them, if not once a week, at least once a month throughout their trainings, and they'll help facilitate on what's going on in the market. You know, partner with Goldman Sachs as well, and that's a huge tool that I love to utilize when they have their quarterly talks on Fridays on the Place call, giving us a forecast of the market. And human resources, man. Place, they offer benefits for agents. You are at a certain production amount, a certain number of units you're moving per year. You can get like really good benefits like Google, Amazon type. Stock options, revenue share, a ton, man.
Yep.
Like I can't say enough, so.
It's funny. I asked Aaron that question on purpose. I kind of put him on the spot because it's really a hard question to answer. Our customers ask it to us all the time. The easiest way to understand this is Place is the #1 prop tech company in the nation right now that's involved in real estate, period.
Sure, yeah.
Right? Goldman Sachs valued this company at over $1 billion about 2.5 years ago when they had 94 teams.
Yep, not quite 100.
The one thing to understand is Place only partners with the top teams in the nation. Right? They're brand agnostic, so it doesn't matter, EXP, KW, Real. You can be with any of those brokerages, but they're brand agnostic and only partner with the top teams in the nation. When we joined, we were Place 200, Anderson Hicks Group, which was really cool. But that valuation came, I think, the other day, I heard Ben share the number when they had 94 teams.
Yep.
Right? So Goldman Sachs valued this company at $1 billion, gave them an $88 million investment into the company.
Yeah.
And what they've done is they've empowered teams with all the things you talked about and more. They have empowered us with legal teams, with HR teams, with training programs. They've empowered us with CRMs and all sorts of technology. On our team, we've developed a technology that they partnered with us on called Area Pro. And what they're doing is they're changing the real estate industry. They're changing the experience. Mm-hmm. And so for us on our team, we've been heavily focused on providing a 10-plus experience. We have the promise, right?
Sure do. We do.
A promise of a 10-plus experience. And so when Mike, Sean, and I were looking at these companies, there were a couple of them out there that were starting to provide this type of service, but none of them even compared to Place. They've just got a dedicated team, Ben, Chris Suarez, Brian Gubernick, like you said, just this amazing team of people that are in place. So why does that matter for our agents, and why does that matter for our success team? Let's answer that question, and let's answer the question of what it means to maybe an agent that's out there that's looking at potentially being on our team. You know, I had a couple of agents reach out to me. One is a single agent, and he's done this on his own for a number of years. He's really successful. That agent, obviously, whenever people think about teams, what do they think about, Aaron? What do we hear? Splits,
the S word.
Yeah, it's like a swear word in our industry, right?
That's right.
And so, this individual has been a single agent, And the way agents think about splits is they think, well, I'm keeping 100% of my commission.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily true. The National Association of Realtors says that 30 to 40% of what you make is actually going to go to expenses if you're doing it right.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
And so, single agents, they're still going to be dealing with growing a business.
Oh, yeah.
And, on our team, the way we look at our agents is as agent partners.
Correct, yeah.
Right? When we talk to an agent about coming onto our team, we're partnering with that agent, and we're going to bring a certain element of business ownership to their business. They own certain things that they agree to do and bring to the business, and that's what becomes a partnership.
Yeah, absolutely. What I love the most about Place, Kris, is whether you've been in the, like you just said, this is a seasoned agent, it sounds like, and they've been in the business a while, do a pretty decent volume, I would imagine. What I love about them is no matter where you're at in your real estate path or your real estate career, you could be in year one, just fresh out of school and not knowing what's in front of you and ready to get started, or you could be in the industry for 20, 30 years. It doesn't matter where you're at. Place has a place for you, no pun intended, but because we have, examples like Steve Anderson, Craig, on our team, right? Team Craig. You have the opportunity to grow within our team, to have your own team within our team. And because we're with Place, they will back you with resources. They'll help with expenses. They'll help cover like half admin costs, man. If you need another admin that's just stay in front of the monitor, or if you need additional showing assistance, we have the models broken out for that. And no matter where you're at, you get up to where you're doing a certain amount, we'll bring you in as a senior partner. Congratulations, right?
It's amazing.
So I love that part of it, man.
And we'll invest in their business with them, I think is the point you're making there. And that's so before we dig too much into the details, I love where you went. And we better mention Kimberly, Team Craig and Kimberly.
Absolutely,
right?
Kimberly, yep.
With Katie. But let's talk. So that's a single agent. Obviously, we got a single agent out here. And then we also have a couple of agents that have reached out that are parts of a team already. Sure. And what I want to ask you is, and maybe I'm going to derail this a little bit, but let's talk about your San Antonio Spurs.
Okay. All right.
How are those Spurs doing this year, Aaron?
Wimbiana went down with a blood clot. We were doing all right before that, but not great, man. Not hot.
It's been a rough year.
It's been a rough 7 or 8 years, yeah. Ever since we lost the Twin Towers and Kawhi Leonard went awry, 2017 post, it's been rough, brother.
Dude, does that hurt a little bit? The Kawhi's still in it right now?
Kind of, and he went off last night, man. 39 points. That was like, you kidding me? So, yeah, it does sting.
So let's talk about that. The Spurs, I mean, dude, the Spurs, as far as a program, they've built an amazing program over there. That team is amazing. Now, are all NBA teams built like the San Antonio Spurs?
No.
Right? Are all programs built to win like that?
They're not.
No. And in our industry, are all teams created equal?
No, they're not.
No. Walk me through that. What does that mean, not all teams are created equal? Because when agents come to us talking about splits and they're saying, well, I can get 50-50 over here, or I can get 70-30, right? Hey, I just was across the way. Somebody's going to give me a 70-30 split. What are the things that agents should be looking for in those scenarios?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think it all starts with the people, Kris, to be honest with you. That's where I would put it. And I think that's where you're maybe going earlier with that San Antonio Spurs analogy.
Totally.
Wins and losses, but overall the ownership, the GMs, the culture of the Spurs is very healthy, promising, and how they run business. I think that's what where it starts with us, is what you first get are the people. You get access to yourself, Trevor, myself, Mike Hicks, Sean Anderson, John Parker, our success team, the best success team I'd add in the nation, right?
Yeah, totally.
That's the biggest thing, Kris. And then on top of that, I mean, there's all sorts of other reasons. I mean, we'll cover things like, other teams I would imagine do. It's office rent, computers, things like that. We'll help out with your signs. We got that covered, all sorts of those things. But what really separates us is who is on our team and experiences that we can share with each other, learn from each other. We have this thing called TIGBs. You're familiar with this?
Yeah, this is good because,
this is good because. And learning lessons like that, just things that you can't really explain even in an interview, and someone quite frankly can't grasp until they're in the bullpen and they're in it and they're like, oh man, that was really handy having Janelle on speed dial right there. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
How many
Shout
times she
out
bailed
for
you
Janelle,
out?
Nicole.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She's probably belling me out right now as we're talking. I ain't even lying. So culture, that's huge, right?
Yeah.
San Antonio, they built a culture of winning over the years, and they always have a competitive team. They're always looking for the best players. talk about on our team, one of the things that we've seen, and we are talking, the difference between all teams and our team, but, we have to have a certain caliber of individual on our team. We know that. Yeah. Not everybody makes it on our team, right? You just talked about last month, we talked to 4 agents. 4 total. Right? Yeah. One didn't even make it past the interview or the first screening.
Correct.
And we always talk about, listen, there's going to be a fire hose. Yeah. And this is actually part of that partnership with Place. Anderson Hicks Group, we had a training program that was pretty robust before we partnered with Place. But I would say Place has just taken our launch, is what it's called now, to the next level. And so for 90 days, we tell people you're going to have a fire hose stuck in your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Get ready. Why, explain that to me. Why in an industry where people get into the industry so that they can control their schedule?
Sure, yeah, the flexibility, right?
Yeah, they want flexibility. But why is it so important on our team that we have that level of training and interaction in order for us to win?
Because it goes back to who we're looking to partner with, Kris. We're partnering with business owners. Are you going to go out there and partner with someone you don't think is going to be good in business, have their best interest, your best interest, wanting to win at a certain level? Honestly, that's the bottom line. Right?
Yeah, and I think you have to be all in.
Oh, yeah.
On our team.
Oh, yeah.
It just doesn't work unless you are all in. And that doesn't mean you're working full time. One of the things that I'm most proud of is we have the success team in place. We have the systems, the models. What's really awesome for our agents is they don't ever have to question, what do I do today?
Oh, no. No.
Like, we have a database with over 45,000 people in there that they can be reaching out to. We have the open house. We have the lead generation model. Oh, yeah. But the beauty for them is they never have to question, what do I do today?
Or what can I do? What is there to do?
Yeah, they're never searching for something to do. But then once they get up and rolling, and this is, one of the things I'm most proud of, and this is kudos to you, to Trevor, to the whole team that we have. The average agent on our team in year one will do 24 to 36 transactions. They'll help 24 to 36 families. And if they have a sphere, if they actually know some people,
right,
that'll be closer to 36 to 48.
Right.
Right. And that's through the systems models and
which is right where I was at my first year.
Yeah, you did. You helped
just read 35.
Yeah.
35 total families year one. That wasn't a full year. That was about total of 7 months in the year. Oh, man. But I jumped right in and plugged in, though. That was a credit to you. Kudos to the systems that were in place.
That's right, man. And kudos to you. Right? It takes the partnership that way. If we have people that are not willing to do the things that it takes to be successful, it's just like the NBA. Have you ever watched a video on Steph Curry and how many free throws he takes and how many he has to make in a row? And, that matters. It makes a difference.
Sure.
So let's talk specifically, really quickly, about a single agent that's looking to potentially join a team. As a single agent, what are the things you have to worry about? You've been a single agent.
Yep, sure
You've lived that life.
Yep.
What do you have to worry about? How many hats do you have to wear as a single agent?
A lot. So first and foremost, all of your marketing, which is pretty stressful, to be quite frank with you, especially if you're trying to really dive in online and create an audience through either YouTube or whatever the case is, Twitter, or X, whatever. That is stressful and also expensive. Signs, I had to purchase a lot of signs, and I wanted some nice ones. That cost a pretty penny. I did have some transaction coordination going on, but it was not at the level of like the best interest for me where they're working directly with us. They're on my team and only with us. And might I add, you don't think about that until you're actually doing it. And then you're like, oh my goodness, I really don't have any help on this Saturday or whatever the case is.
Right.
There's a ton. We work with so many buyers. I mean, you understand this. You get 3 or 4 buyers, 2 of them coming in from out of state, and you got to line up 20, 30 showings that weekend. You had to go do that all on your own as a single agent. No, we just submit a jot and like line them up. They'll map it out, man. They'll be like, hey, you want to meet at the house? You meeting at the office? Where do you want to start? You want to start in Rigby and work your way down south? It's incredible. I mean, there are I can go on forever, Kris, but there's a lot.
So at the end of the day, as a single agent, you wear multiple hats.
Yes.
Right? You got to be all over the place. You pound some signs, you order your own signs, you take care of your own marketing. Transaction management possibly is there, but it's a little bit less personal, maybe.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Right? And more directed, probably. One of the things I would say about our success team is they've been doing this long enough that they're very intuitive as to not only the agents that they are working with and what they're potentially going to need, but also what just the general needs of a general transaction are. They know it.
Yeah.
They've seen it. They get in front of it. They'll throw warnings to our agents. Hey, just a heads up. We're 2 days out from that inspection notice being, due. And that's pretty amazing. So as an agent, as a single agent, what do you deal with expense-wise? Like, would you say that 30 to 40% is actually an accurate number?
Honestly, probably closer to 40%. And I wasn't even paying for, dude, we didn't even talk about like online leads or database or anything like that. Like paying for brevity, everything as a single agent, man, is, I would say, close to 40%, almost half of what you're making. True, between that vehicle, there's a ton, man. If you add it all up, probably 40%.
I would 100% agree.
Yeah.
I've broken it down with agents before. The hardest thing is, and you've seen this, one of the things we do that's less traditional is, because we are looking for business partners, every agent that comes in to talk to us will say, can you bring in a copy of your P&L? Right?
Yeah.
Do you have a copy of your P&L? And what's the answer we get most of the time?
Well, sometimes we've even had, what's that?
Yeah.
We have had that.
That's what I mean.
Quite
That's
frankly.
the answer, right? What's that? I don't have one.
Yeah.
I don't keep one. I don't know. And so you've got that element of it. And once we help them understand, I would say you're definitely right. It's closer to 40 to 50%, and especially because they're not paying attention to it.
Yeah.
They don't have any coaching. They don't have somebody that's saying, hey, do you have an LLC? That's one of the things we talk about. Every agent that comes into our team,
100%.
we coach them on how to set up an LLC, and these are the things you need to be considering and thinking about.
Oh, yeah.
So, Aaron, talk to me about the team right now. How many agents do we have? What does it look like? And, how's this all working out?
16 agents right now. Team's doing great, Kris, to be honest with you. We just got our daily updated board that we send out on a daily basis. And
16 agents minus the ownership group and the success team and all those people that are licensed.
Yes,
and
correct.
Are to your point, we've got some showing assistants. So
yes, yeah.
Really, quite frankly, we've got about 20 to 22
right
that are actually out showing homes and doing stuff like that.
Licensed,
right?
Yeah, totally.
So keep going.
Yeah, no, they're doing well. The first quarter was overall a pretty solid win for most of our agents. They stepped up to some pretty cool challenges that we were doing, and they saw that impact and how that upped their business throughout the first quarter, going into the second quarter. So far this month, we're trending well over our goal of how many families we wanted to help this year with. And that's the other cool thing real quick is we don't have this team goal that we throw out there. It's like Anderson Hicks Group's got to go get this. Like, no matter who you are or what, how much of the pie you want to take of that, you got to go. We don't do that. Our goal is all consisted of all of our agents submit their business plan, and then we just total them all up, and we're like, okay, we'll split it up seasonality, right? And then that's what we run to go get. And to see where we're trending at and where we have so far, especially in 2025, right? Has been remarkable. It's been incredible. We've had some great conversations. The agents are overall really energetic right now. We just started another challenge this last week on Tuesday, and overall things are going well, man.
What are these challenges? You mentioned this real quick, and then I'll hit on a couple things. But these challenges you keep talking about, we've got place challenges, we got Anderson Hicks Group challenges.
Yeah.
What are we doing that way to help support these agents?
Yeah, so we give them some numbers to go get, right? There's a couple of different categories that we'll track for them, and they'll pick what it is they want to go after. Some of our agents are really wanting to lean heavy into open houses and really help out all of our listings that we have right now, which is quite a bit. Mm-hmm. So the fact that we have a lot of agents that are wanting to step up and help our sellers out with hosting a ton of open houses on their listings has been remarkable. And so that's one of the metrics we track. Another one is some agents want to have a certain amount of conversations with people. Just, I want to talk to, I don't care who it is, if it's at church, at the gym, wherever. I just want to have so many conversations getting my name out there, right? We've got agents that want to just call a certain amount of people. We've got agents that want to put certain amount of deals together. I've got Susie Q through John Smith lined up in my pipeline, and I have a goal to help these people out by June, and I'm going to make it happen. So we'll get that tracking for them, right? There's so many different things that we track to help get our agents going and support them along the journey, knowing that, ultimately it's helping our clients out. It's helping our buyers get that home maybe a little bit faster, find something off market, right? How many times have we done that? Or getting some of our coming soons are getting sold before they even hit the market, right? I mean, it's a win for our clients. It's a win for our agents because they're getting in front of things and they're able to provide for their families and a quality of life that they had a goal for. So
it's amazing. It's amazing. And they're crushing it. I mean, that's So we've got the team there, and this is kudos to you. I got to shout Aaron out here. One of the things that he mentioned is that all of our goal is basically aligned with our agent goals. That's really important to us because we don't ever want to feel like we're pressuring people to go out and give more effort or do things that they didn't necessarily agree to or feel that they need to, right? And so for us, and especially you, dude, you do a really good job of sitting down with these agents, helping them build their business plans in a way that it aligns with their goals, and then helping them to see the specific things they need to do to be in alignment with those things. Yeah. And then all we do as team owners is we basically say, okay, well, based on the goals that the agents have, is that in alignment with where we want to be as a team? And if not, then maybe we'll go recruit a few more agents. Yeah. Maybe we'll do some different things. And we're always growing, obviously. So kudos to you, man. As we've partnered with agents, and we've got some amazing partners, you talked a little bit about Steve, Team Kimberly, and Team Craig. We're helping them build a business. In your mind, what's the difference between a business owner and maybe an everyday realtor?
Man, that's a great question. I would say an everyday realtor is about chasing the next deal or maybe the next low-hanging fruit that's in front of them, right? And nothing wrong with being a realtor, right? I mean, they're probably more focused on, hey, I just want to help my clients out. I want to make a certain amount of money and call it good. And if my business grows, great. If not, okay, whatever, right? Just kind of flying by the seat of their pants a little bit maybe and just all about, I just like to have fun almost, right? Mm-hmm. Business owner mentality is a lot different. We still have fun. I love what I do, and I know you love what you do, right? Mm-hmm. But we approach it from a completely different angle, and it is from an ownership angle. We can even go into our core values on another podcast at some time, but that's one of our core values, right, is ownership. Mm-hmm. And the difference there is you treat it like a business. When you treat your real estate business or whatever the business is, you treat it like that's your baby. You own it. You're completely in charge of how that thing's going to produce whatever. It changes the game, and you have to plan accordingly around it. We give in our new hire packets a book called the 12-week year. From the get-go teach you how important it is to live in a 12-week type of year. Mm-hmm. That's where it starts. I mean, it's in the cat. It's we can go on forever, but that's the difference in a nutshell, man.
And I would agree with that. Business ownership creates a different level of accountability, right?
Totally.
And when you're creating businesses, and I love what you talked about with our team, we partner with our agents. Our agent partners, we're involved in their business. We're involved in what their long-term goals are. And not all of them attack their businesses the same. We've got agents that lean heavily into social media and some that don't want to have anything to do with it. We get some that lean heavily into open houses and some that don't want to have anything to do with it. And so really our whole idea is you got to say the right thing to enough people enough times. How are you going to do that, right? And then how are you going to create those lasting relationships through the promise and through delivering a 10-plus experience to where those people then start saying the right things to enough people about you enough times and create that referral-based business that we're so well known for. So, that business ownership piece, it involves planning. And there is a point where when you become a true business owner, you're responsible for other people. And we have that leverage model. We help people build that out to where maybe they want to do a little bit more. Steve, he's done a little bit more. He's got a showing assistant. He's got an administrative assistant, and that's empowered him to do some different things, have a little more time, and just do some, some things that he's wanted to do for a long time. The other thing that I would say I'm most proud of, and this is, we always, Aaron, our first quarters, man, we have some first quarters. We always know that we're going to have a little bit of a rough first quarter, but part of the reason is because our agents work their tails off in a way that I know our agents got some really good time off last year and true time off.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Well, they pretty much took all December off, if you want to be honest. But, hey, here's the deal, though. A lot of them hit their goals, and they were just so burnt out. They were grinding, man.
Yeah, they were. And we heavily lean into you have to have that time, too.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You plan for your family first, and that's one of the things I'm most proud of. I know Riley spent a lot of time in Mexico and Disneyland. He's got some young kids. I know Steve took some trips. I know Craig and Kimberly took some trips. Annika was able to buy a new car. There's just amazing things that are happening by being a part of this team and a part of Place. So Thanks for taking the time today, brother.
You bet.
Let's
Thanks
do
for
this
having
again
me.
soon.
Yeah.
And if any of you have questions about what it means to be an agent on our team, what this whole place thing is, reach out to
Yeah.
Aaron or I. We're more than happy to answer questions. And we'll see you on the next one.
Okay.